Hello and welcome. In today's video we'll show you how we got a beautiful and lush lawn from grass seed. We knew we wanted this area that we call the Oasis to have a super green and fluffy lawn, so buying a high quality seed and doing meticulous prep was important. We also knew that we wanted to save a bit of money, so we chose seeds instead of rolling out grass. But firstly, in case you just found this video and haven't watched our groundwork video, I suggest that you do so first and then come back. But I'll insert a few clips of what the process looked like. We basically stripped the ground from all green, it was mostly weeds, to start over. And if this is the first video of mine that you have watched, we built our house on a 1-acre property that was mostly untouched. So we had an excavator doing all groundwork so we could do the landscaping. In the background clips, we have been prepping the soil by removing all pebbles and bigger objects so that the grass seed can grow easily. You can do this multiple ways, but we used a rake. And by doing this, we're also creating grooves for the seeds to fall into. This is the grass seed that we chose after a bit of research. It is a slow growing seed, but it has good resistance and gives a greener and denser grass. If it's slow growing, you'll have to be more patient for it to grow, but you also need to mow it less, which is always a plus. It was hard to film the seeds, but we grabbed a handful every 1 to 1.5 meters and sprinkled it on, ideally on an overcast and wind-free day. After sprinkling around the seeds, we made sure to water it really well, even though rain was coming. Otherwise, the seeds can fly away with the wind, or if it rains hard, it can be splashed around. We kept the sprinkler on the days without rain, and this was about 2 weeks after, and you can see the grass is starting to show. Here I am showing you the front lawn. It rained a lot when the carpenters were here walking around in the mud, to then get super hot for days so everything dried up. It's not ideal for grass to grow, but they left us dirt piles to spread out ourselves, which was super hard work, but we saved a lot of money doing that. So at this point it's super hot outside and I am really tired, and I had already completed a pile. So I am about to take a break, and we continued in the afternoons and evenings in the shade. After distributing the soil and raking it even, we scattered the grass seeds. Here you can see it better. We tried to scatter it even and 1 layer thick. This was early July, so it doesn't get dark in Sweden, and it was almost midnight. It was kind of a cozy chore to be doing on a warm summer night. We did not water it this time. We didn't have the energy or a long enough hose to do it, but we were expecting a lot of rain soon after this. That's basically how we sowed our 2 lawns from seed, with all the prep work. Weather conditions play a big role in this. We were lucky to have rain to disregard, but not so lucky once the rain escalated and drowned the grass in some places. So there is no prep or a high quality seed in the world that can give you a perfect result if it's too hot or too rainy. But you will get a lawn eventually. You just need to trust the process. Once the grass got to this height and density, I started to pull out weeds. I didn't want to disrupt the grass roots, so I pulled the weeds by hand, and sometimes I got the roots, but even if I don't, you exhaust the weed. We have not mowed the grass yet, and if it gets dry enough, we will do it in the fall, otherwise next spring. At least it'll have plenty of time to establish the roots, but you do want to cut it at 7 to 10 centimeters to thicken the straws. After we have mowed the lawn the first time, we'll also fertilize.